Let's see. Let's see if this PC is going to stream or not. We might just be alive. So this is excellent connection. That's good. We're going to test out this PC again today with any luck. Actually, I'm just going to leave that go. I'm going to stress test this thing, I think, today. Cheers, guys. Nothing on the docket today. I've been actually at the bench for some time today, and I thought, well, now would be a really good time to test out the live streaming rig and see if we're still able to stream, see if everything is working. And I'm getting prepped for the Engine Doctor video that should be live before too long. I'm just in the final edits of that. That's a CSP32 project that I put together that runs on the BMP 280, or actually BME 280 as well, and this thermocouple. And looks like this is the final. I just finished the new 3D printed case the other night, and it came out pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. It's not so shabby. So pretty cool little rig. And I took this up to the camper and tried it out on the little Remington hot saw that we tuned up a little while ago. And I used this little lithium-ion battery, and everything went great. It has a huge range. Holy smokes, has it got range. I was able to go all the way down to the river from the camper. If you've seen my Make Me Outdoors videos, you know that's a pretty significant distance. Probably, I don't know, maybe 100 meters. It's pretty far, so I'm really happy with how that went. So now, before the video goes out, for the very first time ever, before the video is published, I intend on having a few kits available in case somebody wants to build one. It always broke my heart before when people said, oh, where can I get the parts? And then I would tell them where to get their stuff, and I'd get the responses that it was too complicated or they didn't have luck or whatever. So this way, if I have some kits on the store, we'll be all set and ready for them. And I got all of this stuff that works just great, other than the the BME 280s that I ordered ended up being BMP 280s. They're mislabeled. It seems like a systemic labeling problem. On AliExpress suppliers, they're probably all out of the same place, and I don't think they know any better. I don't think it was malicious. I don't think they sold them incorrectly. They're just labeled wrong, and nobody really knows what they've got. It's just the way it is. So, minor thing. Alright. In good shape, I think. We got... yeah, I think our stream rig is actually working today. Isn't that cool? Alright, well, maybe finally. Hopefully we have good audio and video. I cranked the audio up. The mic was way low last stream, I noticed on the replay, so sorry about that. I'm still getting to the bottom of it. Here's the circuit boards from PCBWay. Pretty happy with these. These are lovely little boards. They turned out great. They're not the best design because, well, I'm not the best PCB designer and I don't pretend to be a pro at it by any stretch, but I was able to make a nifty little board that fits the ESP32 and fits the thermocouple and everything, and yeah, pretty happy with it. Actually really happy with them. We've got some spares to make some kits, so people will be, if they want to create. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send one of these. There's a chainsaw channel. There's a couple of chainsaw channels, YouTube channels from Canada that I watch, and the one guy, he's in Manitoba, I believe, and it's just a good old boy. He's a younger fella that's just sharing what he knows on saws and tuning and stuff. And then there's Buck and Billy Ray out. I think he's in BC, which is really cool too. But I think what I'll do is I'll put one of these together and send one out to Manitoba, and he can use it to tune his hot saws. That's the idea behind it, is to use it for exhaust gas temperature monitoring. You can also use this for monitoring your barbecue or your smoker or whatever. It would work absolutely fine for that. The distance is crazy good on it, so it would actually make a pretty good barbecue monitor or smoker monitor or oven monitor or whatever. I'm pretty happy with it. What do we got? Get into the goods. I shipped a few kits lately. It's actually been a little busy with the kits. It's been kind of nice. So, store.makeme.org. I would post that in the chat for you guys, but I can't. Why is my chat not working? Maybe just nobody's around. I don't stream on this channel much. Somebody might drop by at some point, but as far as I know, we're still streaming. We got dropped frames? Yeah, we had a handful at some point, but it seems to be fine now. Again, I'll check the replay. That's why we're doing this, is to see how well things work. So I just get these bags off of eBay and Amazon, and they're what I use to package my kits up now. I should have started making kits years ago for all the projects on the channel. It's kind of a nice service for people when they do ask for, they want to make something, and sometimes they want to support the channel too. So this is kind of the best of both worlds, right? So what I do is I make these nifty little labels. On the label maker I got last year for this. I'll do a video on kit making at some point too. It's been on my schedule forever. Normally I don't stick them on that bad. That was poor. Jeez. Things that happen when you're streaming, eh? Let's try that again. This time flat. There we go. And the QR code, you can just scan with pretty much any cell phone camera nowadays, and it takes you to the GitHub repo for the project with all the instructions and code. I might pre-flash these. I haven't decided yet. This is a little cart before the horse. This is the first time I've ever had a kit ready, I think, when the video went live, other than the breakout boards. Those were pretty simple ones, but an actual project with actual code written by me, and in this case code that I struggled with. This code kicked my ass originally, but I got it figured out. And alright, okay, parts. We need PCB, so let's just start with one. PCB, temp sensor, that, and temp and humidity sensor, and the thermocouple. But what we also need, we don't have to, but what we should give people, what I found with this board layout, it was a little nicer to raise the BMP 280 up and have it over top of the thermocouple connection, so it's raised on the board, and it actually is kind of cool. It allows me to swap between the BMP and the BME 280. But for that, I think what we'll do is we'll just include a header so that other people can do that. So if we give them a female header as well, then they can also raise it up if they choose to. And yeah, nothing to it. That'd be kind of cool. Wow, nobody's around today. That's crazy. Alexa, trigger live show.
Sending that to it.
Let's let people know that we're here. So we want this one. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many terminals. But is this the 5 terminal? Yeah. One of them's not used, so we'll just leave the 5. We'll give them 5. Only 4 are used, but we'll give them 5. And I actually have the extra hole routed in the board, and that way they can raise the thermocouple if they wanted with the female header. So that gives them options, right? Why not? Why not? They can always cut the extra terminal off like I just did. Should do this with some kind of saw, right? Should. I think I gave him 6 that time. Which one's the uglier end? Let's cut the uglier end off. There we go. Done. All cleaned up. What are we making today? 3 kits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not enough. It's a really nice day outside here, so I'm gonna get some stuff done and then head out. I've got all the yard work done, thankfully, because it's way too hot for that. It's crazy hot out there today. And 95% humidity as usual, surrounded by Great Lakes, so I think the humidex was supposed to be in the 40s today for temperature. Actually, I think Sudbury, way north of me, was supposed to be humidex of 40 today as well. That's hot for northern, well, south northern Ontario. Ottawa, I think, was the same. Supposed to be screaming hot today. So, yeah. Alright, there's 3 that are good enough. They should be sawed with something a little cleaner. Andy, cheers. Somebody, Chad does work. How are you, Andy? Let me know if the audio and the video is working. I think it is. I think. Maybe. With any luck. I wonder why. Interesting. The replay. Alright. It is. No, we haven't dropped any more frames, so I think we're working. I think this is the new streaming PC, so it's anybody's guess, right? Okay, back to what we were doing. 1 board, 1 thermocouple, 1 temp and humidity sensor, yeah, 1 ESP32 with headers. Headers are in there, headers are in there. Oh yeah, so this, how did I do that deal with that? I did pull them out and went down vertically, down through. Well, we'll leave the end users the options for that. They can pull those out or just mount it straight in. Yeah, I think I'll leave that to the end users. Audio is good? Right on. Right on. Alright, cool. Well, if the audio and hopefully the video is half decent, we should be in good shape. We should be good. Should be able to start streaming more often from the bench here. I have a whole whack of parts behind me that I want to build. I just need the time to do it. And if I'm building, well, might as well be hanging out with you guys. It's a little fun. I might even stream on the main channel at some point. So nobody knows this channel is here. Only a handful of people. Alright, there we go. ESP32 Engine Doctor V0.1 PCB kit. ready to go before the video is even up. The code and everything is up, and it is fully tested and working. So that's kind of fun. I'm really happy with how this little project came out. It does exactly what I wanted it to do, which is a-okay by me. Let's put it... Should we do it this way? Yeah, let's do it that way. That way's cooler looking. Sensor. Everything all in one. I don't even know what the BOM cost of this kit is yet. I haven't even worked it out. So I have to figure out my cost on the kit and then figure out what I can sell it for. I know what I can ship it for because all my kits are the same size that I can keep in a letter mail envelope. They cost me about anywhere from $10 if it's local within Canada to about 20-ish to ship most places in the world. So I'm no expert at electronic sales or manufacturing or anything, but I'm getting the hang of it now. It's like I said, it's just a fun way to support other people. And the coolest thing is when I hear from people who have bought it as their first kit, like the Roomba virtual wall kits. I can hardly make those fast enough. People keep buying those, and each time I get the same feedback that this was our first electronics Arduino project, and it's always it seems to be fathers and sons, so it's super cool that I get to support that. And there we go. Just makes me happy that I can, well, the whole point of the YouTube channel was to get people into the hobby and show people how I make stuff and share because other people shared before me. So, alright, that looks good. Cool beans. We're still streaming. We're at about 63% CPU load. No more drop frames, so that's good. Whatever happened was a transient event, and it hasn't happened since. And now the question is the bit rate isn't super high because I don't have the ability to do much better there. But this PC seems to be doing the job. The what is it? Z220. It was a subscriber, a viewer of this channel that actually told me to get it. I did exactly what he suggested and picked one up that day. So frustrated with the old streaming rig. Actually, let's just leave those out. I should do some photos because I'll forget. I totally forgot. Photos. Actually, I forgot. I'm gonna do some product shots. Sorry, guys. Well, there's hardly. I think there's only 2 people here, if that. So I don't think you'll mind. I probably have enough from the main video that I can snag from the footage, but this is nicer to. Nicer for the. I just go back in my my photo roll on Google Photos and snag these out after the fact, but I think I have enough. And then I have tons of these boards, but let's grab another one through the package. Glare, no glare. Lovely. That'll do. Yeah. Just the 2 of us. That's alright. That is okay. Alright. Next. Actually, before I forget. Let's grab a couple of this quickly. So I don't have any other than in the video. basically, I will just dump these in my GitHub repo. I just make a folder called photos in the repo for the project, and then I just dump it all in there, and that way anybody ever building the projects can, when they when they clone the repos, they're massive, but they can always just go through and find everything, which works out good. Ken's here. Cheers, Ken. Just got on the computer. Yeah, cheers. Good to have you, buddy. Long time no see. Haven't seen anybody hardly at all. All spring I was working on the camper up north, and I haven't been making too many projects. And every time I went to stream, the stream rig just gave me no end of troubles. Cheers. Yeah, we got 3 with Ken. The stream rig was just a never-ending pit of despair, to be honest, and that's why I replaced it with this one. I'm pretty happy I did now. This was they're well under $200 with shipping to buy, fleshed out with the SSD, and seems to be, so far so good. It seems to be working, and I'm able to actually, does my HDMI source work? Yes, it does. Yay. And then USB, does the USB micro work? It does. So I have pretty much everything working that I used to have working, which is pretty cool. I just have to try and get the Stream Deck integration working just a tiny bit better, and I'll be happy. Okay. Should we build something? Or let's get a first look. Let's see what we're up against. Oh, crumbs. Forgot to put the static protection stickers on. Not that they matter. Everything's in its own static bag, but I have them, so why not? Lovely. Kind of hope somebody gets use out of the Engine Doctor project. I know the commercial solutions for that are crazy expensive, so pretty happy with how mine turned out. So what I have on, well, what have I got going on? I had a lot of stuff going on. I've got, oops, stuff flying on the floor. So here's a sneak peek for you. Is this video uploaded? No. I'm still editing it, I think. Yeah, I think I'm still editing it. I'm editing 3 videos at the same time, so I'm getting them confused. But here is who makes these? 2 Auto soldering station that I reviewed. That I haven't put into general use yet. I just did the review, the initial test and initial overview video, and I was really super pleasantly surprised with it. This thing is pretty awesome. It works great. Really happy with it, actually, to the point where if I didn't already have another one to review, I would replace this WEP right now. But I have a new hot air rework station from the same company to review. Here, I'll give you a sneak peek. All you awesome people that hang out on the dead Make Me TV channel. Look at this. This is what they sent me, and I'm gonna give it a go. This is the DS882. This isn't actually the one they wanted reviewed. They wanted that station reviewed, and I said I'd take that and do a review if they send me this hot air rework, because I think this is exactly the kind of rig that people should buy when they're getting started in electronics. A cheap rework station like that WEP that I have. That thing is this has just been the best station ever. I've gone through so many tips and multiple irons, never touched the hot air gun. It still works like the day it was new. And this looks like pretty much the same except updated. I think this has probably updated soldering iron and temperature control, perhaps. We'll find out. Well, I better not take it out any more than what we just did. I haven't had it out, and I like doing the reviews as the initial look, like together, live on video. I don't want to cheat, because I don't know, it keeps it real. Honestly, I normally don't do reviews until after I've been using them for a very long time anymore. Like, I usually use everything for 6 months before I'll do a review, but a soldering iron, I have no problem doing a review on it and see how it works initially. So we'll see. So what we've got, I have had this on my plate to build for a year since I bought the parts for this. This is a big heavy lift drone. This is a S500 quadcopter that I wanted to build. I've had all the parts squirreled away, all set to go. Everything is in here that I should need to build a proper big, this is the size of my my DJI Phantom that I had. I've got Cross Maytech F722 SE flight control. That'll be a cool little flight control. I've never used the 722 SE before. I've used the 722 Wing, and it's a rock solid unit. It works great. I have 2 F722 Wings, maybe even 3. And I got a Team Black Sheep Immortal T antenna to go with the Crossfire Nano receiver. Look at the size of this thing. It's tiny, and that's what I run in all my stuff now, is the TBS Crossfires. Team Black Sheep Crossfire is just a phenomenal radio system. Just unbelievable. This stuff just seriously blows my mind. Range on this, neighborhood of well over 10 kilometers, probably closer to 20. Further than I'll ever fly. So yeah, I got that. I got an AKK video transmitter. X2 Ultimate. This is this a 1 watt? I think the X2 Ultimate is a 1 watt. It's pretty beefy anyway. And the lollipop style Fox here. VTX antennas. I don't know whether we'll use those or some other style. Nice GPS module. This is the Venetian BN880, so with compass and all the goodies for a quadcopter. It's kind of a little bit bigger unit than the smaller GPSs that I run on Rescue and whatnot, but this is the one for quadcopters. We got another lollipop antenna for some reason. I don't know why we got those floating around in here. Maybe I misfiled them in the wrong box. Looks like I set myself up a run cam. I bet you this is a split. It is. This is big money to have laying in a box. This thing should be in the sky, not in a box. This is the Split Mini. So the same one that I'm running on the AR Wing, which you will see a video on right soon. So this is a little high-def FPV camera that records to SD card as well as you fly through the FPV. So that is pretty cool, and I have field tested that, and I was pleasantly surprised by the performance on this, which you guys will see hopefully. Hey Gary, cheers. How are you, Gary? So this is the one I'm finally editing the footage. Like I mentioned before, I don't like doing videos until I have a lot of runtime on something. Well, in this case, 14 months. According to my GitHub repo, the last commit into the repo for this aircraft was 14 months ago, and I'm editing the video all the last 3 weeks on and off. It's a lot of footage, but within this is that TBS Crossfire Nano. I built this live on the MKME Lab channel. GPS receiver up front, run cam the split, high def recording, 1 watt video transmitter with a circular polarized antenna here, motor out back, speed control, everything stuffed in there, and flight control board down under here. All crammed in there, and then a 4S lithium ion pack goes in here, which I just heard finish charge. I just cycled this pack. I discharged it and recharged it today. It's been sitting there dormant, waiting me to fly it all summer. So I should have made note. How does that go? It goes this way. So this is my custom 18650 pack that we made. This is 3200 milliamp cells ish, 3400 on most of them actually, I think. So it should be about 3400 milliamp hour. Yeah, 4S1P. So this is a beefy. Oh yeah. I know what I wanted to do. I'm all over the place. Squirrel. I wanted to get a weight on that. I wanted to get a weight on that for the video right now before I forget. So when I was cutting footage today, I noticed I did not have... Good stuff, Gary. I noticed I did not have footage of that. So let's just use my... Should we use my phone? Yeah, let's just use my phone. 197 grams for the battery. So as you can tell, that is a... Hey, cheers, Richie's Radio Room. How are you, buddy? The gang's all here. So that is a crazy amount of battery for this little plane. And the all-up weight, I forget. It's in the video. You'll see when it goes live, hopefully Friday. I'm pretty proud of the way the video is coming along. It's kind of neat, start to finish, autopilot stuff, nerdy stuff, build stuff, 18650s, the whole thing. But the all-up weight of this thing, it is freaking heavy. It is one lump. I remember the battery has to be all the way back against the flight control in this one to hit CG, and it doesn't. It's like an old Spectre 50 video. Where's the CG? It's in there. It's a freaking brick. So, but it does fly, and it flies well. It's just not your beginner aircraft. Let's see. Yeah, it is indeed my self-made battery pack, Gary. All right, we're on CG there. My fingers are just on the CG indicators, and we're just a smidge. Well, yeah, wings are hard. We're nose heavy, but that's the way it is because I literally can't add any more weight to this or it won't fly. Takeoff, those 18650s get stressed pretty hard on climb out, on full throttle takeoff. They don't handle the full throttle on this terribly well. They sag pretty hard, but then you're fine. Then you're into cruise and everything is just fine. So it's pretty cool in full autopilot. Like, look at the size of this thing. It's crazy. Like, it's freaking tiny. I love this thing. It's a little baby. And it's fully autopilot controlled, iNav, just any kind of modes you want, full like waypoint missions, you name it, and a full HD camera and FPV system in the nose. It just works. Like, there's a reason I bought. How many of these did I buy? I think I have two more. I have one more for sure. One more for sure, because the last time I saw really cool models getting made, they got discontinued, and I grabbed two of these, and I have 3 more Nano Talons on top of the one that I'm flying, so pretty cool. Yeah, it does float. Right on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So this is back ready to go out. Battery is cycled. I didn't look. 1483 milliamp hour to top it up from my cycler taking it down, so it was about a half a cycle thereabouts. But it's these 18650s. Let's see in the video. These are the ones that that we're going to use in the building here today, I think, or at least finish the overview stuff. I got these are the 18650s that are running in my Nano Talon and that AR wing, and each one I wish I would have bought more of these. This was from a Canadian supplier, no name batteries, just LGDB on them. They were sold as whatever, Sanyo or whatever, but they are sold right alongside these pieces of junk that are 5 amp hour. Yeah, right. But these, every one of them I have tested. Check this out. And I tested them 3 times before I labeled them. And each time they came up plus minus like 1 or 2%. 3.4 amp hour, 3.4 amp hour, 3.4 amp hour. That is great for me. I am happy with that, and they work great. So they fly nice on the Nano Talon. So then I went and got, these are for the for this quadcopter. There's a whole buttload. It was an e-bike battery, and I got these local, and they not too bad. 3 amp hour out of these, so 3058, 3071 on each of them. And I'm just charging them up and then just using one of these to test them, and I'm using the same one each time, same temperature, same charge, everything. And they all came up, they were sold used, you can tell by the spot welds on them. But yeah, so there's a couple. There's one that came up at 3200, so I'm guessing they were probably 3200, and now 3 is where they're at, so they got some use on them, but I'm fine with that. There's 3174, so I'll just match them up, and I'm gonna make a 4S 2P, so 4 cell, 2 in parallel, and we'll make that for this quadcopter, and that should give us a buttload of flight time, I think. Maybe. Chat disconnected. Huh.